Smart. Very smart. Oh, did we go offline temporarily there? Did we lose a little bit of our streams back? Hello. Yeah, I guess I lost stream for a second there. Great. Cool. Well, I'm glad we're back. VTube Studio still does not want to work, but we are back, and that's what counts. Okay. You don't care much for min-maxing. I'm planning on increasing that strength by exactly one, so it's even number with a slightly less very bad modifier. Yeah, I agree with that. Being a slightly less very bad modifier. So this one I can kind of go with. Hopefully just a picture. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Is that the ads you got? Was Upland and Rage Shadow Legends? I got a notification the other day. I should apologize in advance. That... What the heck? So I was not live for a second there. That's frustrating. Oh, yeah, I don't know why they showed up on my rect page, but you know what? They did, so... We have that now. At least we'll always have Rage Shadow Legends. They keep trying to offer me a sponsorship, and I don't. Oh, good. I'm glad you don't get ads. But fair warning to anybody that's not subbed. The on-stream is definitely not working. On-stream chat. Okay. Oh, I see. That's a Stream Elements thing. Hold on. That one I can fix. Ooh, a new sponsorship. Who is it? HelloFresh. No, thank you. Rage Shadow Legends. No, I don't want to. I would like the money, but I really don't want to. See, because I would have to get y'all to download this game, and I don't feel comfortable with that. Honestly. Okay, so streaming tools, overlays. It's interesting that it's not working. Raid Shadow Legends is not a bad game. Dislight might actually be the better option between the two, though they are aggressive in their advertising, but you super can play a lot of free content. Maybe. I just have a problem with the aggressive advertising. Anybody pushing that hard for people to play their game that may have content doesn't have good content. I think they have a very smart marketing department. And I think that them pushing that hard is very good for their business. And that's fine. I just don't play games like that very often. And I'm not going to join a sponsorship just because... Like, unless they personally approach me and say, no matter what, no matter who downloads your stuff, we will give you money if you try this game. Then I'd be like, sure, I'll try this game. Yeah. I don't like pay to win stuff. Because you technically can just pay to win on that. That's annoying. Oh, hey, look, we can buy this on Redbubble. Nice. I need something like this, but, PNG. Oh, dear Lord. Sorry about that. You can objectively directly pay to win, no question. Their money is in FOMO. Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, sweet. Well, I don't know the site, so bye-bye. Nope, I don't want to save that. Okay, so we'll go into classes and briefly I'll have my player's handbook with me. Talk about the different spells briefly. I feel like I spent too much time making cheat sheets for the classes. And yeah. That's what happened to DDO, kinda. They had a really cool mechanic that where if you maxed out your character level, you could get some in-game currency and start back at level 1 with varying degrees of harder XP caps. And you get a little permanent bonus to your character, but now they are aggressively pushing all sorts of ways to overcome the XP issues and keep adding new permanent bonuses to collect. Yeah, that's my problem. That's my problem with Raid, is that it feels like that. I'm not into that kind of game. Okay, Rangers. Go all the way to Warlocks, and then backgrounds. sorcerers. God, I love warlocks. They're so fun. Wizards are not fun. This stupid wizard supremacy needs to stop. Yes, I agree with that. That is not something that everybody feels. Some people really like the treadmill. But for me personally, I love a good single-player game that has an ending versus one that you're just going and going and going forever. That's just a me thing, though. I know that's not for everybody. So, classes. Let's see. Personality and background. Nope. You know what I need to do? I'm gonna keep this one brief. We're gonna do, you know what we're gonna do? This. I like a game with a good ending. Yeah, I never reach them though, but I like them. I always wanted to do a video on why those treadmills are exciting to people and how it's usually paywall and predatory on your dopamine receptors. They're definitely full of Skinner boxes. I like games with solid ending and questionably too much post-ending bonus content. You know, that's fair. Yeah, no, I'd watch the heck out of a video on why those treadmills are exciting to people. Because as somebody who is very dopamine led, I have undiagnosed ADHD. I have a lot of trouble focusing. I tend to follow my dopamine more than anything. It's really annoying. And so games like, what was it? I played League of Legends in high school. And I felt myself getting into that pay-to-play mindset. And it was a little scary because I started paying a lot of money to play this game that was honestly really, really fun. But, you know, it was too much. It was too much. It was too much. I could feel myself like I started falling into that hole of I'm just going to keep spending money on this until forever. I had to quit MMOs hard because I would fall into their pay to progress or pay to win or pay to lessen the burden mindset. And I was getting less and less mentally out of it. Yeah, exactly. That was the exact same problem I had. That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna go refer back to this. And now that we've done this, we're going to do... Never got into... Okay, hold on. I have a $300 house in Elder Scrolls Online that does me no good. Jeezy Pete's. That's a lot of money. I never got into pay to win since I barely have had that level of disposable income. That was the problem I was having, is I started to notice that I don't like, I don't have disposable income. I didn't then, I don't now. And so it's like, you know, why should I keep going? I'm gonna move this. No, because it's important when you're talking about the races. Okay. You can start to find disposable income. That is true, Lysander. It's very concerning. To make your brain happy. It's a problem. It's like an actual, like, that's why they banned loot boxes in a lot of games, because kids were falling into that and finding income. And that was a problem. So, okay. It's like, screw it. Instead of $3 frozen pizza today, I'll eat some ramen and get this cool thing. Yeah, exactly. And it's a problem. It can't be a serious problem. But that's okay, because we are friends. We're all here to help each other. And I think I'm ready to present this. So if everybody will please, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Android Usagi, and I need to change the transition. Slide, apply between all pages. Yes. I can't deny my longest lasting interest in roguelite games. I do love roguelites. Okay. Roguelites are fun. Hi everybody, welcome to my comic shop and game store. We're really excited to be hosting this night for everybody to learn how to play D&D. What is D&D? Why are we doing this? We'll answer all of those questions today. My name is Android Usagi, though. It is honestly such a pleasure to have each and every one of you here. I am so excited. Let's get this ball rolling. We're going to start with everybody introducing themselves real quick, because that is how I start any of my games. So we'll go around the room. Hi, nice to meet you. So where do we start? When we're talking about tabletop role-playing games, what does that mean? This is kind of what we'll be doing for the whole today. We're going to be talking about what a tabletop role-playing game is. We're going to be building a character sheet step by step, and then we're going to be focusing on how to find a campaign. So D&D stands for Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sure that you've heard of it in some capacity, either from Stranger Things or, you know, popular media like Dimension 20, Critical Role. It's a really fun game where you sit down and tell a story with your friends. You get to control where that story goes a lot more than you ever could in a video game. You go through exploration and world building. It's an intense and very interesting game, especially when you know how it works. So how it works, you're going to sit down at the table with your character sheet. That is basically your cheat sheet for all of the rules that you need to know. And you're going to be told, this is the setting. This is where you are. This is how you came to be there. And from there you can say, okay, I would like to pick up that rock. The reason that we have rules in this game is because sometimes in life we fail. And we want this to be as interesting as possible. You know, sometimes making that failure into something fun to bounce back from. Like, oh, you try to pick up that rock, but instead you fall flat on your face. Like, that could be a fun moment for everybody in the story. When you're starting into this, I'm going to suggest that you start small. starting with friends in a comfortable setting with a story that is not too long to play through. They're typically called one-shots because you sit down, you do it in one shot. Starting small is important to get the hang of the rules and how the game works and everything. If you're uncomfortable, speak up. This is first and foremost a game. You're playing a game. Let's have fun. Everybody here is here to relax and have fun of some kind. And the rules can be a little intimidating, but that's why we're all here today. We're going to learn. So if you're uncomfortable ever, or you see somebody else is uncomfortable, speak up. Let the dungeon master know, let the other players know, and if it continues, find a different group. Make your own group. There's no point in being uncomfortable in a game. Also, on the whole thing of it being a game, don't be afraid to be silly. If you want to be a knight who wears only princess dresses and has giant swords, do it. Absolutely do it. Maybe even be a platypus bear. I don't know. You'll figure it out. The supplies you'll need to play Dungeons & Dragons are a player's handbook and or a starter set, a set of 7 dice. Here we have a D4, D6, D8, 2 D10, a D12, and a D20. They are named that because they have that many sides. So a D4 has 4 different corners that you can land on to get a number. A D6 has 6 different numbers, etc. And the most important thing is your character sheet. Again, this is your cheat sheet to the rules. This informs you how you can interact with the world in the easiest ways possible. Okay, so we're going to start with looking at your character sheet, dissecting everything about it. So at the top, you'll see there's a box that says player name. I want you to go ahead and write down your player name in the top right. That way we won't lose track of your page. There's a lot going on in this page, I know. So we're going to walk through each and every bit of it today. Also, chat, please stop me if anything that I'm saying is a little funky. So today we're going to be building a level 1 character, which means you've just started out in your career path. Let's see. Let's stop for a second. Let's read what everybody has to say in chat. Having fun with characters is why my burb is only mostly a bird, and why the last attempt I made at a D&D character was a kobold cleric obsessed with workplace safety. I love that, and a bird obsessed with geology. Yes! Yes! I love that! That's so fun! Oh my god! Yes! Have fun with it! Absolutely! That is rad as heck! So, on a piece of scratch paper, if you don't have scratch paper, let me know. I will get you some. I want you to take 4d6 or 1d6 and roll it 4 times. Add those numbers up, except for your lowest roll. That is poorly explained. Let me try that again. So I want you guys to go ahead and roll 4d6. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you roll those, take away the one that has the lowest number on it. If you roll 2 ones, just pick one of the ones, take it away, and then add the rest of those together. Write that down on a piece of scratch paper. Do that 6 times. Ready, go! So what this is your ability score. This is going to inform you kind of how good at a specific thing you are. So you have strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Depending on how you want to build your character, you can play with those ideas a little bit. So you're going to start with strength. After you've done your rolls, strength is going to be obviously, how strong are you? Dexterity is kind of how flexible you are, how good at, wiggling your fingers around in a locked situation to get yourself out of that situation, that kind of thing. Dexterity. Are you a contortionist or are you stiff as a board? Constitution is going to be how well you can take a punch or swallow some food that's maybe just from Taco Bell down the street. Some people that affects differently. So Constitution, you can have different levels of that, obviously. Intelligence and wisdom. A lot of the time I get questioned on what the difference is between intelligence and wisdom. And I will say that the difference is in knowing. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit, and wisdom is knowing not to use it in a fruit salad. And finally, charisma. How charming are you? Do you have that chiseled jaw? Are you a Hemsworth brother? If you are a Hemsworth brother, I do need you to contact me. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that's the basics. Once you've got your numbers figured out where you want them to go, put them in that big box, just so you know your score. And then don't add the modifiers just yet, because we're going to go through, we're going to edit these numbers. I hope you brought pencils, because if you brought pen, we're going to be in trouble. Your character sheet is going to be a mess. It happens. Some people prefer that, but I really hope that you brought pencils. So what is alignment? There's that on the previous slide, you saw a thing that said alignment, and that's going to come in on picking the characters and everything. I'd maybe cut the Hemsworth brothers joke. That one is just for stream, y'all. That one's just for stream. You got that one for free, baby. Because it is mostly kids, and I'm not gonna do that to kids. Anyways, so what is alignment? Alignment is basically gonna tell you kind of how your character makes decisions. Are they making decisions for the greater good? Are they making decisions for themselves? Or are they making decisions for, anti the greater good? And then, and that's just going to be like, that's good, neutral, evil. Neutral can sway by the way. All that lawful means is that you have a rule system that you follow personally. For the Horde! Okay. Alright, Warhammer. I see you. Neutral is going to be just neutral. You are either good, neutral, or bad. You don't really have any way that you swing that. You're just kind of those things. Was that not a Warhammer 40k reference? Did I just totally mess that up? Did I mess that up? I probably messed. I know nothing about Warhammer. Oh dear Lord. Oh, see, I also know nothing about WoW. No, Nemi, I'm so sorry. Please do not commit a murder on me. Oh no, Nemi is gonna murder me. I never played WoW. I never played World of Warcraft. Oh dear Lord. Okay, anyways. Chaotic means that you just kind of do it in a weird... I don't know how to describe chaotic. Chaotic is chaotic. It is what it is. Chaotic good, they're going to do what's good for the greater good, but in, like, their own way. It's kind of roundabout. Warcraft is, however, kind of descended from Warhammer. Charisma. How effective is your character at communicating their ideas? That's a good way to put it. Technically, Warcraft is essentially watered down Warhammer because the original Warcraft game was crafted to be a Warhammer game. I knew it! I knew it. I still know nothing about either of those. Anyways. So alignment's not super important, except in making the decisions for your character's personality and everything. I just wanted to cover that before we go on to building the characters. So we got to start with choosing a race. As you can see here, we have a lot of Warhammer Craft. We have a lot of basic races for you to choose from. And by basic, I mean these are the ones that are included in the player's handbook. If you bought yourself an essentials kit or a starter set, not all of these may be listed, but they are wonderful, all of them. Each of the books has their own expansion to these. They did the work before they got the license, and then they couldn't get the license. They had to edit out all the Warhammer parts. Yikes! Oh, wow. I mean, it happens. At least they edited out all the Warhammer parts. So these are the ones that are in my book. In the order they are in. So if you want to play a dwarf, these are, you should know they are short and stout. They have long memory, they hold long grudges because of this. So if you wrong a dwarf, that's it. Game over, baby. They generally operate on clans and kingdoms, so if you have seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies, specifically The Hobbit, you will understand that that clan is subservient to the king under the mountain. That is their clan, that is their kingdom. Their beliefs are gods, gold, and clan. In that order. In that order. So that's what they tend to follow. They follow their gods first, gold second, and then they look out for their clan, and then everything else is lesser. If you choose this, your constitution, not modifier, your constitution ability score is going to go up by 2. Your, this is a kind of a roleplay thing. Your age of maturity is going to be about 50, so that's going to be your coming of age area. If you're playing a young adult, you know that they'll be about 50 human years old. They tend to be mostly lawful. They like their rules. Their size, they tend to be about 4 to 5 feet tall. They can move 25 feet in a turn. They have dark vision, which means in the dark they can see, unless it's like super duper duper dark or magical dark, they can see up to 60 feet. They have dwarven resilience, which means they're just a little bit hardier. They have combat training and my axe. Specifically with axe, they will have a little bit of boost. And there are 2 subtypes of dwarf if you want to get into it. The hill dwarf and the mountain dwarf. Alright, so for elf. Elves tend to be Legolas. Think Legolas. They are slender, they are graceful, they are timeless. They don't really think of things the same way that we do. Time just happens around them. They are very nostalgic in that way. It just kind of happens. They tend to live in hidden woodland realms. And they love exploration and adventure. You get a bonus of +2 to your dexterity stat. Your age of maturity is going to be 100, so you're going to have seen a lot more of the world than most other races by the time you reach maturity. Alignment tends to be chaotic. Elves tend to follow their own whims. They can be 5 to 6 feet and up tall. Up to you how tall you want to make that. They can move 30 feet within one turn. They also have the advantage of dark vision. They have keen senses, which makes it a little harder to sneak up on. They have Fey ancestry, which I need a refresher on real quick. It's harder for them to be charmed. Magic can't put them to sleep. Speaking of sleep, instead of having to sleep for a full night to regain all of their, stats, their magic, what have you, they don't have to do that. They can just go into a trance, which again makes them harder to sneak up on. It's very annoying. These also have sub-races. You can be of the High Elves, the Wood Elves, or the Dark Elves. The best way for me to describe it is High Elves are snooty. Wood Elves like nature a lot. They kind of live in the trees. Dark Elves just spend a lot of time in caves. Each of these, by the way, sub-races each have their own little stat boosts. They're very cool. So halflings. If you want to play this one, remember that halflings are small and practical. They are kind and curious. They blend into the crowd. They like pastoral pleasantries, which means that they like just sitting in the field, smoking a pipe, playing a little music, enjoying the fruits of their labor in growing things. They also like exploring opportunities, whether that be in an adventure or otherwise. So if you play this, you get a +2 to your dexterity. Your age of maturity is going to be about 20, so you're about in the same area as humans there. They tend to go more towards lawful good. They like their rules, but they like working for the greater good. Halflings tend to be 3 feet tall. Think, again, this is Bilbo Baggins. This is Frodo. This is Samwise Gamgee. You know, they're not very tall. They're working for good. They like their potatoes. They can move 25 feet in a turn. They tend to be lucky, brave. You get halfling nimbleness, which means you can sneaky snick around traps and such. And there are 2 different sub-races here. You can have the Lightfoots and the Stouts, which are what they sound like. Alright, now we're going to move on to humans. Humans are a great Swiss Army knife type of race. If you want a broad spectrum, variety in all things, lasting institutions culturally, and being exemplars of and being ambitious in your gameplay, human might be the one for you. There are human sub-races, but they are not included for the most part in the player's handbook. So we're not going to touch on those today. If you play human, all of your ability scores increase by 1. Age of maturity tends to be late teens to early 20s. Up to you where you want to put their age. Their alignment can literally be anything. They tend to range from the best of the best to the worst of the worst. They tend to be between 5 and 6+ feet tall. Props if you play a smaller human, though. Especially one that can get mistaken for a halfling. They tend to move 30 feet in a turn. Now they don't have a ton of extras, but they tend to advance easier in Jack of all trades. This is your Jack of all trades type. Okay, so we're going to move on to Dragonborn. If you want to play this one, remember, Dragonborn are proud of their draconic ancestry. They do highly value that. They tend to be self-sufficient in their own clans. They take care of themselves. And we are now entering what is known as the uncommon races. These are races that don't really appear as often. Dragonborn are easy to assume as monsters. If you play this class, you get to add +1 to your strength. Your age of maturity is about 15 human years. That's when you're a full-grown adult. Their alignment is of extremes. They are either really good or really bad. There's not a lot of in-betweens. They tend to be over 6 feet tall. Movement speed in a turn is going to be 30 feet. Remember, you have draconic ancestry. You can use your breath as a weapon, and it depends on the type of dragonborn you choose for your breath weapons. And you are resistant to damage because you've got scales for skin. Alright, we're going to move on to another uncommon race. This is a gnome. Gnomes are known for their vibrant expression. They love life so much. They are delighted to... Let's see. Unlike some of the other races that live a long life, they don't get bored with this. They tend to live in bright burrows underground in their hills and woodland areas. Hobbit holes. They like hobbit holes, basically. They enjoy seeing the world. And if you run into a gnome, they don't look like a threat, and they can disarm suspicion with their good humor. The common folk are often curious about gnomes, likely never having seen one before, but they are rarely hostile or feral. Advantages here are going to be dark vision, gnome cunning. You get a +2 to intelligence. Your age of maturity is going to be 40. Can you guys tell I am getting tired? Oh, okay. Oh, I missed one. Hold on. There are sub-races. There's 2. You could be a forest gnome or a rock gnome. It's mostly where you live. The next one you could be of the uncommon races is a half-elf. Half-elves are, again, extremely rare. They're of 2 worlds. They are of the human world and the elven world. They tend to be diplomats or wanderers. If you play this one, you get a +2 to charisma. Your age of maturity is going to be 20. Your alignment tends to be more chaotic. Tend to be about 5 to 6 feet tall. Speed is going to be about 30 feet per turn. And you get advantages of dark vision, Fey ancestry, which means you're a little more lucky, and you have that skill versatility of humans. Alright, now we're going into half-orcs. Half-orcs are super cool. They tend to be scarred and strong. Their skin shows scars very easily. And they tend to battle as tokens of pride. They live in... The half-orcs tend to live in either tribes or... The player's manual uses slums. I'm going to say villages, because slums does not feel accurate. They tend to live with either tribes of half-orcs and orcs, or in human villages. Again, these are super uncommon. You're not going to run into these every other day. Advantages to playing a half-orc: you get a +2 to strength, +1 to constitution. Age of maturity is going to be 14. Alignment tends to be more chaotic. Good, neutral, evil, doesn't matter. They tend to be more chaotic. On average, they will be from 5 to 6+ feet. So you can be taller than 6 feet if you choose. Movement speed during a turn is going to be 30 feet. You get advantages of dark vision. Menacing, which means you're very intimidating. Relentless endurance, which means your constitution is gonna keep going. And you make fairly savage attacks. And last but certainly not least, we have the tiefling. Tieflings come from an infernal bloodline. They are half demon. Ooh. They tend to be self-reliant and suspicious of people because of that. They can be good, but, you know, they're part demon, so people don't like them. They are very uncommon as far as races go. The part to definitely leave out about talking about half-orcs is how they're usually only one way that half-orcs come about. I'm not going to talk about that because I believe in consenting adults giving birth to a half-orc. absolutely not going to bring that up. They tend to come to maturity in their late teens, again, just like humans. Unrelated, I am always disappointed Dragonborn don't officially have tails. They don't? That's concerning. They should. I want Dragonborns to have tails like lizards, so like whenever they feel threatened or whatever, their tail just pops off. No, I think that'd be good. I think that would. That'd be good. Just have your tail pop off. Why don't you have any, Why don't you have a tail? I lost it. Why'd you lose it? I told a spooky, scary story. Do you know how many calories that'd take? Yes, I do. So many. I eat so many burgers. I should make a burger. Ooh, yes, absolutely gonna make burgers later. So advantages are gonna be, and you're medium sized, you're 5 to 6 plus feet tall. Its movement speed is gonna be 30 feet per turn. You get dark vision, hellish resistance, which means you're resistant to fire, and infernal legacy, which means you get certain spells that are related to fire at certain levels. All right, so now that we've kind of picked what race we want to be, we'll move on to classes. This is basically your job in life. And since we're building a first level character, you've kind of just barely started this job. What is your career? Where do you want to go in life? Do you want to be a barbarian? A primal warrior? Do you want to be kind of a musical magician? A mystical priest? Like, what idea do you have for your character? And now, finally, we can focus on personality and backgrounds. You know what I just realized? I forgot to add spells. I am a silly goose, and I forgot to add spells in here. Let me find a little explanation on how spells work. Spells and magic. Yeah, I lost the thread there, didn't I? Okay, so we did class, ability scores. I forgot I need to follow the player's handbook. Oops. I still think it'd be worth the fun of having a Dragonborn that whenever they get scared, they lose their tail. Okay. Armor class. Fuck. Sorry. How would you describe spells? If you are a magic user, spells, your gateway, to combat and pranks. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I know this has not been the most exciting stream, but I do appreciate the company. Oh, I have some news. So before I do any more of this, so I do have a merch store. I am working with, I'm going to be working with a couple more artists. It's been enjoyable so far while I very slowly draw feathers. Well, I'm glad it's enjoyable while you draw feathers. I do want to shout out that I do have a merch store. So, let me come over here. See what we can do. So let me pop this over here real quick, and I'm going to take a break from D&Ding. I'm going to show you the merch store. I don't have a lot for sale right now, but if you've enjoyed today's content and you want to help support me, subscribers get discounts for the store. It's nice to have D&D talk, let alone being a friend talking while I workshop characters for a one-shot. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, if you've enjoyed the content, you want to support and represent, I've got a few things for you to look at in the store. Very basic right now. I am looking to expand that as soon as I'm settled in here. If you don't want to support that way, what you can do is, if you scroll down on my page, hold on. If you scroll down, there is actually a, so we're going to get a little meta here, hold on. Obligatory ad break. Oh, I have 137 followers. Nice. So you can see right here, I have a gift list. If you would like to send me something via Throne, it's a great way to see stuff that I need for my new apartment, etc. Or just send me something nice. If you don't want to do that, I also have tips if you'd like to tip to support the channel and my pizza habit, because it is a pizza habit. I'd also like to give a shout out to the people who have worked to make this channel possible. Matt on Twitter has been awesome. He helped me design this character. My emotes are by Cowsheep on Etsy. Chibis are by Dark Crusader and Artfully Illis. Actually, this one right now is by Artfully Elise. I really love working with her. And my icon is by Vicky Snake. So, keep up with all the latest on Twitter, of course. And if you'd like to become a fan droid, join in with the Discord crowd on our Discord. We have lots of fun. I'm very active there. We have a group that is very, very active there, and we'd love to have you for our next community night, which I'm hoping is soon. What's some other housekeeping stuff we gotta do? Oh, you know what? We gotta take care of this. So, if you were here about a month ago, we did a sub-a-thon for my birthday, and we got 70 subs, which I am so grateful for. We have since done the Discord Among Us. We're going to be doing that again. Next up, we're going to be working on the Butch stream, DC Deck Builder. I'm going to be doing a stream entirely in the Iwill voice. I want to learn how to play Pokemon, and I do mean the card game. And we're going to play some Left 4 Dead 2. I have already started to play Jedi Fallen Order on hard mode, so if you've missed those streams, you know, make sure to go back and check them out. I do have a YouTube. Oh, I don't have the VOD on lock. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, guys. Anyways, so yeah, there's my updates for y'all. That's okay. We've done housekeeping stuff. Okay. Okay, so we're almost done with building this, I guess. Which makes me excited, because I'm excited to see where this goes, you know? I'm excited to see these people join in all of the fun that we have, playing D&D. I got a posture check from Homie. Oh, that was a while ago, wasn't it? Oops. Okay. Okay. I need a bow and arrow. Okay. War clock. It's a new type of Warforged. It looks magical. God, this is so long. I'm gonna be talking forever! This is long. This is a long time. I do have 3 hours to do this, and I feel like this is good. You know? Oh, I need to go back to spells and add rituals. There we go. Cool. Okay. I've covered everything in the player's handbook. And then I'll answer questions, I suppose. But, yeah. The best way to learn is to play. I will add that in because that is very true. I agree with that wholeheartedly, though. The best way to learn is to play. Let's find one more Stranger Things. Yeah! This one! I need a photo frame now. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes. Oh. Oh, it's almost there. There we go. Perfect fit. Okay. I think that's everything. I think I've covered, like, just about everything you need to know about Dungeons and Dragons. Except that there may not be any dungeons or dragons in the game. Shh! We don't have to tell them that. We don't. Fun fact. We don't have to tell them that. We're not going to tell them that because it might spook them. Just kidding. But yeah, so there we go. This is my how to play D&D. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'm like stupendously excited about this. I need a... Let me add... that, because I feel like that's important for the theming here. My theming, anyways. It's not actually important, I just like it. There may not be warning. I will put a warning. I will put a warning here. Warning! Dungeons and or dragons may not be in your game. Talk to your DM before. Usagi, thoughts. Fey Wanderer Ranger named Not Falling for that. Because when he was lost in the woods, he begged the forest for help, and the Fae showed up and was like, I'll give you my boon if you give me your name. And he said, yeah, I'm not falling for that. So the Fae flipped it and made that his actual name. I love that. Yes. Absolutely yes. 100%. I need a wizard. I need a small wizard. And then Vecna. Damn it. Mind Flayer. Damn it. Dragon. Fae do be tricky like that, though. It's true. The right kind of dragon. A bearded dragon. Speaking of dragons, I need to tend to my baby. I decidedly hate this wizard. He was judging me. Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I think this is going to be an excellent little workshop that we've got going. Thank you guys for your support and your love in this move. This has been very frustrating for me, and I've been so blessed to have you guys stick with it with me. I look forward to more streams with you all. I'm going to try and stream earlier on days that I don't have work. And on days that I do have work, I will be streaming later. And not for nearly as long. But, you know. C'est la vie, c'est l'amour. Yeah. I think I am going to head out. I need to take my dog for a walk. It is about that time. The sun has gone down. It is no longer 1,000,000 degrees outside. So, guys, I'm going to give you my normal sign-off. I'm going to remind you, please, drink some water. Eat something. Take your meds if you have to. Get some good rest tonight. And remember that you've got your friendly neighborhood superhero in your corner. You guys take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye!